Another day, another race, and one more split to decide who gets into the World Studio and World Zaco, and to an extent the JP Studio and the JP Zaco. It's race day here in Motegi, specifically round 3 of Holotype World and round 5 of Holotype Japan International. It's the Epilogue Grand Prix, or wait, no, Epilogue 5 hours at Motegi coming right up for you. This time it's Split C. I think you've already seen this basically track map, but if you haven't seen it before, then here you go. We're talking about a track here in the Tochigi Prefecture with the total track length of 4.796 kilometers with 14 corners in total. 254 kilometers of racing will be done today, as did yesterday's races except Split A. 53 laps in total. We'll have seen a 141 if I'm not mistaken. So we're going to fully expect the lap records listed here to be fully broken. Anyways, just want to remind you about the full Split A standings and Split B standings. If the names are in blue, then they're in the Suyo, and if they're in the orange, they're in the Zaco. Only applies to World and Japan series. So you can see here are the names that are in the Suyo and the Zaco. Chanreza, Natibo, and Nakamura topping Split A. Of course, Jeff Rohan, one of the few drivers who have not scored points in qualifiers and therefore has been sending himself into the Zaco. And the big shock of the program is Hanami Kiriko not being able to finish her race in the third consecutive time, which also meant not qualifying for Suyo. And from Misaki Sakura despite switching rides in mid-season. And as for the Split B standings, Tyler Williams, Leo Kai, and Aziz Wasif top the Split B standings. And also, congratulations to Baba Reza for winning Split A. Tyler Williams, meanwhile, wins Split B with all that, with a emphatic win at Motegi Split B, which essentially guarantees his best spot in the Suyo. Maverick Duciem holds the final automatic Suyo Series spot. Ryuta Sano is currently in the wildcard spot, and he's going to go face-to-face with the wildcard driver in Split C. We'll talk about that later. Mr. Salman, first driver out of the Suyo. And of course, we're going to have 10 drivers from Split B racing in the Zako coming right up. And here are the standings that we need to talk about. Marcus Bonazzetto released the standings for Orokuni, and Tara's second, Callan Gibbons third. And of course, the focus for today as well is Holotype Gamers, which we're talking about Antaro, Sami Ake, Osne Wizard, and Jake Goodwin. Two drivers on completely different ends of the standings. And of course, in the wildcard spot, Javier Luzbi is going to go face-to-face with Ryuta Sano, who have already finished his race. He just needs to score 48 more points, and in order for that to happen, he needs to finish 8 or higher for Luzbi to qualify into the Suyo, assuming he stays within the wildcard spots. And of course, we still have other drivers that are listed here: Matej Zacharias and Alton Terra. Matej Zacharias with great power will no longer compete in Split C, so that will be a slightly easier job. So great power and Matej Zacharias will be dropping down into the standings as it will happen, and this will give it an easier job for any of these drivers further down the field. And of course, we have the Split A standings, Split B standings for Holotype Japan, and also Holotype International, but we won't be updating them until Split C finishes their race. And with that being said, let's move over into the moment you've been waiting for. It's time for qualifying here in Twin Ring Motegi. Anyways, my name is Ryan in the commentary booth, and again, it's just me. So hopefully you're able to be okay with my company. That being said, first card already out on the winner, Javier Luzbi. Of course, took the race win away from Misaki Sakura in the All-In number 13. To essentially bring this win for himself. And then there's also Wim Olgor, who hasn't had a pretty decent, has had an okay season right now, but he is struggling in the World Qualifiers, scoring consecutive 12th place finishes in both Fuji and Le Mans. Now he's in Motegi. He really needs to put the pedal to the metal and see if he can get a good lap in. For example, will be for Tokiya who is also Jake Goodwin. Desperate for top 5 or podium finish in order to bring that meal to Suyo. Already pretty down. We'll see how it goes with him. Of course, in GP qualified Split B, he is also down in the standings as well. He is in mid-table, so he also needs to get at least 10 or 20 points to at least guarantee himself the JP Suyo. And yes, I just want to remind everyone, just want to remind everyone that Holotype device flow flow are also exempted from the t-shirt liveries rule, as they do not take part in the Six Fest. As for Regloss's case, they do take place in the Six Fest. However, they don't use the partial outfits for their Regloss idol outfits. Alright, so we got Jay Goodwin. Or rather, we're going to be focusing on our driver Austin Tenrout, who will be focusing on, as we're about to get into a lap in. Also, Austin Tenrout has won 2 consecutive races as well. And he qualifies today. Anyways, here's a lap here in Twin Motegi. Get a good exit on the final chicane. Get a good lap on the green straight. Split metal type of thing he needs to give it. And into turn 1, double apex. We're going to wait in 70 leaderboard. To get past the first apex, we're going to need to ace your exit on the second apex for another long straight here. And we're going to meter board here into turns 2 and 3. Bring your car up into turn 3 and then go flat into turn 3. You can absolutely do that. Full beams into turn 4. We have the 75-meter mark to the hairpin first gear. Then the launch here into this right-hander. Also flat out, no problem. These cars can absolutely grip it. In the S section, use the curves as a braking point, and then try to straighten your car as much as you can in the S, and then good exit from the S and into the hairpin turn 9. Use the curve on the right as your brake marker. Wait, run here for the hairpin here. 20 meter forward for the hairpin. You can try to go for a late apex run here, or run into the back straight. And when you're running on the back straight here, just running your way through it, and then brake car in the 100 meter board into turn 11. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 3 on up and turn off the 3 sectors. And then back to the oval infield, turn 12, and then positioning in 40 and brake and turn at the same time. Be very finicky with your and your brakes. And that should be allowed here in twin rim Motegi. And it's going to put Alcantara on top, 142.491 for the Onigiri. Now Patterson goes up into 4th place for Rito Chaya. Morizataro continues his amazing performances for Oro Crony. Rudy goes up to 3rd. Sobyung in 5th. So we're going to be seeing more drivers. Start their laps here, make a left, just at a slightly faster time. Then, never mind that. Miyake 5th, Kamina Riba in 8th, Toka in 14th, Gibbons 4th. This is Toka's debut run in the Speed thing. And if you see Alex Grant in the World C standing, it is no longer the case because Alex Grant has agreed with terms to take the season of 34 after Lucas Washwell has vacated his spot. And unfortunately, Hardoka is going to be the one that takes it. So we got a multitude of cars here, the most cars out of any split, and then after that we will determine make their way into here. Okay, Goodwin now goes up to 3rd. He's absolutely trying to deliver that car into the field in the time of need. Around 4 weeks in. The Gamers 3-4, Austin Wizard 8, and Sami Ake 9. Looks like the Gamers are going to be in for a top 10 finish. Anyways, 3 minutes in to go in Samiaki now going up to 3rd, making it a Gamers 3-4-5. Colin Gibbons now makes it a Gamers 4-5-6 as he puts this Roboco number 64 in 3rd place. He's going to need to try again as he gets in 10th place, but the Gamers are going to have good performance here. Anyways, Ali J now okay, LG now brings herself into 8th place. Alta Wizard still in the pits here. And I'm going to be focusing on more drivers who are going to be seeing they can improve. Olgordo now currently sets provisional pole with a 1:42.045. Alta Wizard's now back out on track. With fresh tires, he's going to go for one more run, and we'll see if Alta Wizard can at least join his Gamers competitor compatriots inside the top 10. It's a good day for gamers. Let's see. In 20 seconds, and right now Calum is continuing to see improvement, but we will run from Osne Wizard to see if he can join his gamers mates here. Calum Gibbons is trying to see if he can find some improvements as we are taking a look at this video of the cars to find the Wizard. And that's why he's down in 23rd. The cars remain after his Zacharias and Great Power. This is exit from Holotype. Still 12 automatic spots on offer for the World CEO, and right now the Wizard has had a very good first sector, only 6 1,000ths of a second behind Ake behind Olgor there, so he is not just going to join the gamers in the top spot. He is going to see if he can also score an outright pole position. And right, he's only 5/100ths of a second behind Wim Olgor on that second sector. Calum Gibbons now goes up into second place. Oh, big nerves coming in here as Austin Wizard is going to see. We'll see how he deals with the hairpin, and it looks very tidy there. Pretty early on the throttle, but doesn't go off track. That should be also good as well. Let's see where the timing goes. 124 and 485, so lots of good amount of time there in the third sector. But he's still going to be set to join his gamers teammate at least. Cole is already out of the cars as Wim Olgor already out. That's not a tiny run to the final corner, I'll be honest with you. As he crosses into the line, he does not improve. The final quarter really became his undoing, and that will be Austin Wizard in 13th place. And as it stands right now, no one's going to be challenging Wim Olgor for that pole position, and it will be Wim Olgor on pole for the split C race of the Epilogue 5 Hours of Motegi. Whew. Well, that was a qualifying run to think about, especially for Austin Wizard, who really I thought that he had a really realistic chance though of him going up into a realistic fighting chance for the split C pole position race, pole position for the split C race. But anyways, let's take a look at the starting lineup here for the split C race of the Epilogue 5 Hours of Motegi. And first of all, let's take a look. Let's give a big round of applause to Wim Olgor for yet another pole position for Ozora Subaru. He places that car in pole position, and alongside him, of course, is going to be Calum Gibbons in second for Roboco, and in third place, bonus at third for Orocroni, the split C championship leader. So and then Sami Ake is fourth for Sharkami Fobuki with fifth place, Jay Goodwin for Camimio. And then we also have Nakamata Kaios as Alison Tanner on 6, Rita Chai as Dak Patterson in 7th with Rudy in 8th for Mizumiyasu. Second Rionas is Ryu 9th place with 10th place Ali J with 4 Kikirabivi in 10th. 11th place Tokinosora's Tofumi. 11th with Irene 15th is Dan Evans in 12th, 13th place Austin Wizard for Korone, with 14th place Adachi for Niramayu Nanis. And we got Hoshizuna Ryo 15th for Nakiri Ayame with 16th place Kamen River for Shishiro Botan. 17th place Yukihara Toka on her first World Series race for Yukana Lami. 18th place Iskajim Kale for Sakura Miku. 19th is So Byung-eun for Kokari Nico, who actually have won a race in Holotype. Formula Hall, sorry. And Hugo Vlasa Damashna for Aki Rosenthal. 21st is Angela Simmons with for Anya Mafisa. 22nd is Javier Lusby, the incumbent race winner for Vesha Zeta. And then last place, Raji Kazuki for Yuzuki Choko. Alright, so we got this race coming up on our hands. We got, of course, Rim Olgor on pole position. Again, we'd like to congratulate him for his pole position run. And of course, alongside him is, of course, Callan Gibbons, who has had a very promising career so far, looking for a second win in the Holotype and to put himself and to further cement himself as the greats, as one of the greats in ARO competitions. And with that out of the way, let's get on with the race here. We have Rim Olgor up front with Callan Gibbons in second. The final race of the qualifiers, the final split race of the Holotype season, is gonna get underway, and we are go here in Winry Motegi this time. Every car gets to go. And looks to me that Rim Olgor just has a very good launch, but watch out though for Monozetaro going around the outside of Callan Gibbons. We'll see if there are any collisions or contact, and right now there are a few, but no spinning outs as Monozetaro now goes up into second place. Wilby goes up into 11th. More side-by-side action here coming into turn 2 and 3. Almost contact nearly made between these drivers as Rim Olgor leads, Zetaro second, Gibbons third, Ake fourth, Goodwin fifth, Patterson sixth, and Tanner drops down to 7. Rudy 8th, Really Unite, both will be 10th. And right now, as they're coming into turn 4, no issues for the drivers again. The last right-hander, and also Wizard now goes back up into 13th place, beats Adachi. Right now, we just it's going to be a case of whether or not all these drivers are going to be finishing this race due to potential reliability problems. Right now, Monozetaro is going to try to get closer to Rim Olgor, and he is doing his civic duty to get close. Paying attention to the rest of the field. See if there are any incidents so far, as everyone has now gone single file to start lap 2. Lap 2 has already started. Monozetaro now still chasing Rim Olgor here. And still a massive question mark to see how they will fare with the situation here. Zetaro still chasing Rim Olgor for the lead of the race. Also with Mashnev also looking into the gap between himself and Toka. Meanwhile, there's a side-by-side battle between Wojciechowski and So Byung-eun. Wojciechowski, spinning out and manages to keep the car, hits the car way too hard at turn 3. He's going to open the door for So Byung-eun and Angela Sims to pounce. And this time it's going to be Angela Sims going around the outside of So Byung-eun. It's squirrely on the exit, too much throttle here, overzealous on the throttle, but manages to still keep the car in the right direction. Motegi is going to still remain around the outside, and back on the inside, turns 13 and 14. Contact between the two, rubbing between two drivers here, and now we're going to see KJ Goodwin going to try to make it 3 wide. Or rather not, Jay Goodwin's going to try to at least cause trouble to Gibbons, as he's going to drop down into potentially 5th place there. And Bowman still keeping their wits about it. Now Gibbons meanwhile going to have to stay wary on Goodwin's progression as Jack Patterson goes up into 6th place. Jack Gibbons having enough of a good run there to keep himself up into the 4th place position. And so all the drivers have crossed the line. We will be taking a look into the race field monitor, and Sam Mackey is going to run long. But that will be running along will be Callum Gibbons, Dan Evans, Angela Sims, So Byung-eun, again Adachi, Alternate Wizard. That will go long, and if you don't make any room here and these drivers get mentioned, then it will most likely make more than 1 stop. So, sorry if that happens at all. Trying to chase Rim all over. As he now sets the outright fastest lap of the race so far, trying to chase the old sitter. After 3 laps complete. So it is still going to be a question mark as to... Yeah, okay. Just wanted to remind everyone here, if you are enjoying the stream and if you want to share your thoughts, do share with me, because I will be keen on reading your comments as per usual. Oh, and there's someone going off there. I saw someone going off. That's Lazar Damashnev, who went off. I believe it was, I'm not sure what happened there, but if you look at the replays there, as we saw more side-by-side action there, I think it's just losing the rear. Just losing the rear of Lazar Damashnev. So we're going to be taking a look into a quick replay, as also we have had news that Angela Sims has gone off the track. Someone, and that is mostly because she was avoiding Lazar Damashnev. But here's what happened to Lazar Damashnev. Well, it's probably too hard to tries to correct it. Almost reaches the car, manages to keep himself on the track. And speaking of what happened to Angela Sims, we are going to pay attention. And I know she is okay. So everyone is okay still in this race. Lazar Damashnev now dropping down to last place as side-by-side battles are coming. With Ali J now overtaking Alternate Wizard. Is at the back of Rim Olgo trying to get this win for Orocroni. And right now we got that crash in now side by side with Rudy, Liu, and Dan Evans also going side by side. Patterson is now going up to 6th place, now finally finding his rhythm after a rocky start to his representation for Rindo Chihaya. Has now got himself into a very good position of optimism. And there's another car going off, and this time it is for real. It's Lazar Damashnev out and that will be his dreams of going to the studio gone in a flash. And here is what happened to Vladislav Domashnev. And once again, he goes somewhat deep. No, that's not Domashnev. It's Dan Evans. It's Dan Evans that went off. No, as you can see here. Oh no. That's him out of race, but this time, and like Vladislav Domashnev, he couldn't catch it. And he'll take this one. And he's trying to go on side by side with Ri Liu. And oh dear. Here's the onboard. Fortunate part that he did not collect Ri Liu, but that's him out of race. There's going to be even more racing action coming up because there are Yardoka now ahead of Rising Team, having an amazing run at the front. And speaking with Vladislav Domashnev has been confirmed to be out of this race as well. As we mentioned before, his run in the series has also come to an end. And here's what happened to him. And it is pretty tragic because this is why the Domashev's engine has gone off. And that will be Domashev now out of this race. Oh, Sekaji Mikalev has now made his pit stop. Fortunately, it's just a pit stop and not a retirement of sorts. But this also means that Sekaji Mikalev is going to be condemned to making 5 to 6 pit stops. So he's now essentially out of his race as well. We're not going to sugarcoat this because that is actually the facts. So the race has calmed down with just about 6 laps complete. It's now going to be focusing on Monozetaro's chase towards Rim Olgor. Right now Zetaro is chasing Rim Olgor. This is for the race lead and they are on a straight up race for the win. Zetaro is not going to run for longer, neither will Rim Olgor, so they will most likely give this thing to Sami Ake, actually has a realistic chance to bring this home for Serkan Furuki, actually. If you have heard the news in other VTuber racing series, such as the VTuber Racing Project, especially in the Formula Hollow World, and as hosted by the VTRB, Serkan Furuki hasn't had a chance to enter in these races for much of the season until very much in the second half, where she's finally able to get herself back. As we now have Zetaro and Rim Olgor though going side by side, as Zetaro on the inside, Olgor on the outside. This is the battle for the racing that we've been talking about here. Rim Olgor will try to defend her on the inside at turn 10. But as Zetaro has the nose up in front, it's going to be Zetaro or Crony going up in front. place. Now looking to find his way, get back to the top 5. Goodwin is in the top 5. Sami Ake also. Over now comes into the pits as we mentioned before. Sami Ake though has a pretty bent up car, but she should be able to continue with no problem. Alright, so we all got our battle on our hands. So Byung-eun against Yukinara Koka. So Byung-eun will now go and get himself into the points. We all got Hujinorio also trying to chase Kaminari Riba. This is for 12th place. Alternate Wizard in 11th. We're now going to just get Adak for 10th. Alcantara and LJ will now join in the pit stop shuffle as well. Yep. So Sami Ake now having a realistic chance to win for Shirakami Fuki. We will wait if also joining in the pit stop brigade. Ali Shay gets back on China as well. Also Wizard and Kamen River now having a tussle into the S section. Also Wizard will defend around the outside. Kamen River will have a great run around the outside. It will be Kamen River now up into 9th place. So 9 laps complete in this Epilogue, the 5 hours of Motegi. And right now we now have another driver coming to the pits. That's Raji Katsuski and Yukihara Toka now coming in to make their pit stop. So Byung-eun, I believe is... Yep, we're going to check on So Byung-eun because I believe he has had an issue with the car. And we want to know what happened. I think it's an engine explosion. Kerboom! That's why. So Byung-eun goes out with a bang, but not the bang that he's looking for. So that is essentially him out of the race. So that now leaves just about a few hundred cars out. 20 cars in this race because the Skin Toka is going to be set to continue on as usual. Time as well as a pretty long pit stop. It's going to go down. most likely either Sami Ake, Callum Gibbons, and also Jake Goodwin. Dak Patterson is also in this hunt as well for the race win, so don't count them out just yet. This is going to be a very ding-dong battle for the win. Rosataro has gone into the pit, so Sami Ake will be going for first instances of him leading a race in ARO competition, if I'm not mistaken. I actually know that actually happened in Le Mans, but you know, I get to see Shirogami Kuki number 22 up in the top spots. But we will see if he's able to hang on, especially given the charge from Callum Gibbons, Jake Goodwin, and Dak Patterson as well. Hopefully he's also in this equation somewhat as well as Ri Liu. So these are the drivers that you may need to pay attention as they are going to find their way to the top. Alright, so we got Jimmy McAuliffe and Rudy now going into the pits as well, as they're going to see if they can have their car serviced somewhat. Santaro as the fastest lap of the race, as we are just going to report 141.851, so even though he is going to be consigned to make at least 3 to 4 pit stops, he is going to score a lot of fastest laps as a result, so excitement for winning races in the likes of Holotype. He hasn't been able to experience that in a long while. And then there's the tail of Miss Adkins, and we see him now. Santaro finally getting his podium again. Getting his first podium in Alright, so chasing Sami Ake. The gap's down in 6 minutes in a second. Kyle Gibbons, the long-time ARO driver, is going to see if he's able to get very, very close to Alright, so the race is going to calm down for a period, as we are going to get our Right. So we are at 12 laps of racing now, and well, it is what it is right now. Obviously, has now gone on to the pits. He is gonna go side by side with the guy to make the lap. This means that we've got 19th place on lockdown. Now in 4th place, trying to chase Jay Goodwin. Hawkins in 2nd, Samyangke in the lead. Right now the degree separation for the top 5 is actually pretty crazy, as Hofo wins a very great run off of turn 3 and will try to go down the inside against Dak Patterson in turn 4. Tight, pretty tiny for the Dinosaur driver. Jay Goodwin not having a great run though. He is going to get exposed though by Hofumi as contact between the two. You saw Jay Goodwin going wide. Oh, it's time to Cal Gibbons and now Hofumi hot on the heels for that final podium position. Considerably after the start. We have lost the 3 cars. Sobyung Eun after failure, lost the Mustang and then Evans going on the track and DNFing by making their cars in the gravel. Alright, so what's next on the agenda for C race? Once the throw down in 10th place, he's going to make yet another pit stop against Felix. Same goes for Alson Tarao. He is having a pretty lonely race though, but he is setting fastest lap after fastest lap, so that is going to be something that he should be excited about. We got another battle here on our hands. That is Jay Goodwin and Hofumi round 2. This time, Hofumi gets even closer though to Jay Goodwin, and this time Jay Goodwin is gonna have to concede to Hofumi, who makes a late dive bomb down the inside. Great move by Hofumi to get up into 3rd place. And Tarok coming to the pits yet again. No surprises here. chasing. Taro. Taro make pit stops again, and they were gonna have to make another pit stop to no surprise of anyone. Patterson now in 5th place, trying to chase Jay Goodwin for 4th place as his pace fall off is something that needs to be studied. Samiyake, meanwhile, is going to be taking the reins as potentially the split C champion as it stands with 375 points to his name. Patterson discharged, one is on to the rear, now goes to the 9th place, and one of Zetaro. As Jacob Wynn makes another mistake here. Oh, hits the curb. And that's going to open the door for, that is, really YouTube. That's not really, that's Rudy down in 19th place trying to outlap himself. So it's 2:44 p.m. in Japan, and so 16 laps has concluded, and as it stands right now, we are going to confirm it. Vlasa Domashnev already down. Okay, Vlasa Domashnev might actually have somewhat of a chance to remain in the Suyo by virtue of his 2nd place finish at Fuji. But for So Byung-eun and Dan, and Dan Evans specifically, they are going to punch their ticket into the Zaku series for Holotype World. He will also be mired down into the JP Zaku series as well. And Hofumi also comes into the pit for his first stop. Not going to make a single stop though. As you can see here, he will go for another 21 lap, or he will make a second pit stop. So it's going to be a middle ground of these two, and at least his damage has been repaired. So Harrison now goes up to 3rd place. After he has officially struggled, he has lamented if Chihaya has been a proper combination for him to pursue, but he has been. After some encouraging words, especially from the host, Patterson has persevered with Chihaya, and right now he is going to be seeing the fruits of labor come to mind as he is now currently 3rd place, trying to bring Chihaya into the CO series from the pack. And if he does grab this 3rd place, then he would be in no doubt my mind a position to beat Gio. Well, given that he is not going to be winning Split B anyway, and he only missed 1 race, that is a massive morale boost. Once now goes in to make his pit stop for his first stop. Alright, so now goes into the pits. Jack Patterson hits the wall, but he should be good until the end of this race, presumably, as he's gonna go for a pretty long pit stop. And nope, he is gonna go for his first stop. He will make another pit stop in the later stage of this race, but we'll have to see how it has gone for him. Dak Patterson's gone off! Dak Patterson's gone off! Oh dear. We thought that he was going to be able to make the seal, but not this time. Oh dear. Let's see what happened here. And so you can see here, he tried to brake, but he braked too hard. He locked up into the gravel. He's beached the car. He's out. Coming into the pits. Dak Patterson out of race and out of the points. That is just very, very cruel, especially for the Window Chihaya driver looking to qualify for the CEO in both the World and Japan Series. And now it is not going to come, not going to be done, as he is going to be consigned to the Zako. Talk about the sheer amount of disappointment that is currently happening as we are going to pay attention to Hamlin Ripper finally coming out of the pits, his pit stall. We got Hofumi currently running in 7th place. Samiyake is in 2nd as he's not taking out Gibbons. Alright, so Ake now in hot pursuit to take his lead back against Callum Gibbons. So 22 laps complete, and it's still pretty much Olga Rimaldo now coming into the pits. Alcantara also coming into the pits yet again. Must be Rudy Mikolev, Kaczynski. They're currently outside the points. Alright, so the gap between the two are going to be around the same, but they still have yet to make a pit stop, so we will dive on down the inside. Yes, he does. That was a trademark move there from a SSRB. I've seen another driver for Bolton do the same thing years ago. Nachi also having a pretty good race at the moment, climbing from mid-pack to 4th place, it seems. Still trying to fend off Harry wants to unlap himself, and then there's also the likes of that's the driver that he's fighting for in things that will move, but no move is going to be done yet. Okay, 24 laps complete, and Callum Gibbons is pulling away from Samiake. Jay Goodwin stays in 3rd, so that makes it a Gamers 2-3 at the very least. If a Gamers member does win, and it's going to be an interesting sight to see, especially given that it's going to be a year win-off. And now has overtaken Rosario for 9th place. Rosario fights back. split seat title. He's gonna give it his all. Jake Gordon has now come into the pits in the halfway stage of this race. So this will be the first of the single stoppers in this race, and he should be able to be comfortable, be ahead of Alcin Arrow. And so Jake Owen is exited in 7 as we have predicted. Alright, so 19 cars remain in this race. This is against the last point position as LJ now coming for her next pit stop. Alright, so Adachi in 4th place, chasing Relief for 3rd. Sammy now makes his move to pit stop to try to see if he can beat Cal Gibbons on strategy. If he can set a 142, 141, first win since 2022 in ARO competitions. Still unable to win in Formula Holotype. Last one Holotype 3 2022. That was under Mohamed Zohair. And then there's also this race, of course. There's also Holotype, and potentially this race here in the Split C Epilogue 5 hours at Motegi, and it's the Epilogue because they're all most of the cars are in T-shirt versions, essentially in line with what members were running when they sang Colorless Harmony in the 3 stages. Well, because we are excluding the creator stage, where they also used the T-shirt version of the Colorless Harmony outfits, and of course by partial alignment. The top part of the outfit is gone, only the bottom part remains. The top part is replaced by a t-shirt, which adorns the design in the front, and of course we are seeing it right now with these cars. So 26 laps have been complete. It's going to be 27, as we can see Kami Samiaki now exit 2.4 seconds ahead of Hopeful Me. Counting is setting at 140. We're gonna take a slight break in the commentary, just to rest myself because I feel very sleepy right now. So again, stay tuned, take care everyone, and don't go anywhere. We'll be coming back in the next 2 or 3 laps. Hachi now comes into for his brief stop. He's gonna get beat by Ryu and Rio of 1997. He is, well, not really. Also, now is in P5. Hopefully he will win for Samaki second. And we have seen also how he can make his pit stop while I'm gone. And now makes sense ahead of Samaki. Now the difference between them is at 1.5 seconds. But here's another thing that we need to pay attention to. Raja Kaczynski running in 16th. He is the lap part to pay attention to as chance to bounce. Alright, so Junior now goes up into 7th place though. Overtakes Relio for 7, and Samuel Mazataro is going to be taking 8th place from Relio. Alright, 28 laps complete and race together. Stop, so let's take a look at the progress chart. Let's see so far. Started in 21st, now up into 10th place. Look at again, and Sims has already made a pit stop. Or now she will be making yet another pit stop. What's that? Getting very close to each other. That's now come down to 0.5 seconds between the two. Will Count Gibbons be able to grab win number 2 in the Holotype, or will it be Sam Eki ending the win route for Shark for the first time? That has right now, I am not fading. I'm not holding anything to follow. There's going to be someone that is just wanting to monitor how the race progresses. Is actually faster than Count Gibbons in a lot of areas. And we'll see how much Ake can pile on pressure on Gibbons. And as for tire age, they have older tires are around the same age, so not much of a difference between the two. Logo goes out first, Gatero. Join in later. Race at this rate, Toka and James. Alright, Samake has not gained a lot of time against Gibbons. Joining in Mono Zetaro right now. Ozor is coming to back straight here, so Zetaro should have a chance to get himself out in the place, no problem. And gets overtaken by Sekaiji Mikala for good measure. Alright, and coming up here is Austin Wizard though, making a great run in the race though, despite qualifying in 13th, stays where he needs to be, now chasing his double game. That makes it 3, 4, 5. That is very much a promising sight to see. exit from Wizard to now make his move against Jay Goodwin. Both gamers K9, both of the gamers K9 members, gamers 1. Side by side now, Wizard in 5th place still, trying to overtake Jay Goodwin, but not to be just yet. Alright, so 31 laps complete. Here's where we are 50 laps ago, and we are now taking to Epilogue and Rudy making yet another pit stop. So we have to be that will not be able to have a chance to score a key point or two to keep himself closer to one second, but is already in 10th place and Tyrell isn't. So Tyrell's not going to be winning split A and split C. Out in 19th place? No. Now given to Samyake, their gaps have opened up to 1.8 seconds. That because Samyaki has been walk by to the left, this is going to be able to get away no problem. All Samyaki was quickly. There's going to be no. Advantage, so Calculus is going to put away with the slowest. Sure to join back at least before the race is about to be finished. So take care everyone, stay tuned. Let's see how Kelly Gibbons continues to charge forward. Actually, we're going to take a look at him instead. laps to go. We are paying attention to potential battles that we are going to be looking at. Coming Rippa against Rem Allgore. Also Wizard against Goodwin, fellow gamers on a 7-side battle. As now you can see Samyaki finally get unleashed somewhat, but it's going to be like is still causing trouble. Taro is only barely inside the points after his stop shenanigans. Hopefully we'll be making a pit stop. So this is going in third, was there fourth, the dynamics and gamers 2. Now got up to 6. Hopefully exits in 7th place with very fresh tires. We still have drivers who are going to check if there's any more late pit stop shenanigans that will happen. Which is on a rail is one of the ones that we expect the same goes for Austin Wizard. So these will be the next pit stop that we will be paying attention to. Okay, we're now at 16 laps to go. Samyaki continues to lose ground to Callum Gibbons. Second Pickle already faster than Samyaki. But you can see he does get very close though to Ryu Kaczynski, and that is going to throw a spanner in the works. So again, the race has calmed down to the point where we're not going to be making a lot more mistakes anytime soon. We're going to race to the next course. Alright, so what's next on the agenda? Ripper now chasing Rim Allgore. This is for 11th place. and Taro is the first driver a lap down. Already passed by Gibbons. Left is still between Gibbons and Ake. Watch out for. The wizard finally comes into the pits as reported. He's going to give Adachi a top 5. Alright, so Ake is not matching Mikolev's pace. Oh, never mind, that is going to be Sakaji Mikolev though. It's going to be pretty tricky though, as he's actually going to continue blocking Sami Ake. That is not going to be something that Ake wants though. Instead of a 5-second gap, it's now a 7-second gap. And now he's going to be under pressure for Alson Taro. He's going to try to unlap himself. Very convenient for Callum Gibbons or Mikolev to properly be a rear gunner against Sami Ake as Callum Gibbons continue to romp himself towards the win. Again, no profile with the center both that take them take that. We're seeing today. And oh, that is Wojciech Kaczynski actually locking up a bit and actually to allow Callum Gibbons to continue roaming free, and that's going to give him more time to build against Sami Ake as Mikolev continues to be a rear gunner for Sami Ake. That's interesting to look at. That he's still behind running away with the amount of block. Since he's already closer, if Mikolev does overshoot this corner, then he will. He does. 145 for Gibbons, 144.8 for Ake. faster than Gibbons. Well, and that is Callum Gibbons going off wide. And then Rajicinski is gonna hit the curb and almost hits Gibbons. He does pass Callum Gibbons. Skaji Mikalev is catching up. Sam Miyake is also catching up. Rajicinski has unlapped himself. It is gonna be crucial. We're down to 6 seconds as Callum Gibbons is now on the end of making his own mistakes. Hoshino Rio has yet to make his own, make one more pit stop. We're doing so the next 3 laps, and it will be a case of more positions going down. Ake's gap to Gibbons drops down to 5.4 seconds. No, going back up to 5.7. This is 10 laps to go here in the Epilogue 5 hours at Motegi. Right now, Gibbons continues to struggle with passing against Kazinski and loses a lot more time, while Ake continues to build to kind of climb himself back up. Then this will do him a huge amount of good. Mikalev is already 2 laps down. Already 2 laps down, and Taro 1 lap down. Ake on the lead lap. Callum Gibbons does make yet another mistake. You can see here the amount of damage on that Roboco number 64. As you can see here, he is lost 2 seconds that last lap due to the exertion by and having to check up. And right now keeps it tiny for now. Ake meanwhile, goes very wide. Manages to keep the car in the right place, but has gone off wide and is going to be under pressure from Alton Tannerau. Chasing Kazinski, and Kazinski is controlling his pace at the moment. 9 laps to go. Seconds separate Sami Ake and Callum Gibbons, and also Skaji Mikalev separating between Callum Gibbons and Callum Gibbons and Sami Ake. Right, so one last commentary break before I will be there till the end. We'll be around a lap or 2 until it's all over, but until I come back. But anyways, take care everyone, and we'll see how the conclusion of the Epilogue 5 hours at Motegi series goes. Got dropped down to 2.9 seconds. I don't know what happened. Callum Gibbons make even more mistakes. See here, he does lost a massive amount of time. Alright, so if you want to know what happened to Callum Gibbons, as he has a bit of an issue of sorts. So we're gonna go fast forward, see what has happened. And right now, there's really not much to talk about. Oh yeah, here is why. Here is why. Coming to turn 1, locking up, and it's a massive lock up into the front lefts, and that's gonna lose him a lot of time. That explains why he's lost a lot of time. Gibbons though is still trying to keep his car in the right direction with a locked up front left. Lap 47 has started, and we will see if there's going to be even more mistakes from Gibbons. Ake is still keeping pretty calm and collected about it, despite having to think about Isekai and looking at Isekai Jimmy rear throughout the entire race. Finally makes his pit stop as we have reported. Samyake is still trying to find any way to pass people left, but still there is nothing that he can find. Gibbons is, you can see here the vibration on that car, and that is going to cause some issues to Gibbons as he is still running in this race in the lead with less than 6 laps to go. Down the inside finally. Gibbons is at 143.1, Ake 143.8. It's all about if Ake can land the move down the inside, and again he gets way too deep on the inside. Make a left will stay in front. And he might move down the inside, but he has to remain calm and collected. This car in the right direction for now, and Samyake, he is still very much frustrated and he's still behind the left. Unlap himself against Gibbons. That's very quick. Coming into line to go in this split C race. And still not much separating between a good amount of between Gibbons and Ake, but Gibbons continues to still be blocked by C. Oh, and that is walking up, and that will now give us up in front. Again. Well, Samyake still behind Isekai Jimmy crucially, and they'll open the door for Gibbons to lead the pack. That is, if Gibbons can stay away from any more silly mistakes. And he is still okay for now. 48 laps complete, nearly 2 hours of racing. Right now he just needs to stay calm being collected. He knows that the gap between himself and Aki is going to be slowly growing by virtue of Aki still being behind Mikolev after all this time. Gibbons, meanwhile, just needs to keep that car pointed in the right direction. That's all he needs to do. Just stay focused. He's starting to pull away once again. There's no reason to push. 5 seconds. Start. Lap 50 in the lead still. Remaining uncontested throughout. Biggest gainer, of course, Angela Sims, who started 21st, is now up into 7th place. Walker started from pole, now down to 11th. Gibbons, I guess still stuck with Gibbons' pace. Pace is good though, 140. Half a second. That might just be enough. Still in his hand right now. If again, Gibbons just needs to calm down. Just push anymore. It's also a Wizard trying to make the pass on Angela Sims, and it's gonna be a late stage retirement for Osney Wizard. That's his chances of qualifying for the CEO gone in a flash once again. A late stage retirement for Osney Wizard, who will make it 0 points in 3 races. Well, for the corner car, so he will not make the CEO. Hard break for the Corony team, as that's just cruel. It's just very cruel. Getting the inside turn 3 way too hard. That's gonna send Ollie J in the points. This is Ski 13 and Tanara 14. Extending his lead to 7 seconds. Sami Ake is now finally, Sami Ake has actually made a mistake though. He's still behind Sakaji Mikolev and now under pressure from Anderson Tarao. Only a few laps to go before Calvin Gibbons becomes a 2-time winner in Holotype world, and basically Holotype in general. It hasn't happened in the World Series. It has happened in the Japan Series with Aru Nakamura and Alson Taro and JP qualifier split A, and in split B is a bit different. But in the World Series, there's no repeat winners. Calvin Gibbons is gonna make that right to his big advantage. And that's a mistake there from Gibbons, but not much of an issue here. Ake, meanwhile, is still trying his best to chase. He's continuing to make small mistakes after small mistakes. If we see another mistake here, it may be crucial and it may be fatal. 2 more laps to go in the Split C race of the Epilogue. 5 hours at Motegi. And it's still Calvin Gibbons for Roboco up in front. Continues to chase, this time with not much of a spacing here. Log in the points just in case we forgot. So Calvin Gibbons taking this win will put him at 400 points. spot in the Suyo. So no problems from Gibbons. Adachi SPN class car for me will also finish inside the top 5. Ryu will be the next best hope for Logo, but I don't think it will be enough for him to qualify for the Suyo, World Suyo that is. Angela Sims, 7th for Animal Fissa will be something to write home about. Championship leader Mono Zetaro is also just being there to so Rio in 9th for Nakiri Ayame will also punch his ticket to Suyo, but I think it will be barely as the final lap has started for Callum Gibbons. Still 0 mistake from him. The starter from pole is gonna not gonna be enough for him to also qualify for the Suyo at this rate. Yukihara Toka for Lamy. And then we got Rosinski who's going to salvage 13th place on Taro in 14th. He will also make the Suyo. And then 15th place it will be Ali Shea. So as it stands, it will be Ali J who will take the wildcard spot. And for Yuta Sano, I think it will still be enough, or rather, we'll check the standings Great Power, so it will, as Great Power will be excluded from the championship from this point on. Hopeful B will get into 13th place and in the tiebreaker spot, and Hyuta Asano will make the Suyo after all. But anyways, with Callum Gibbons, it is pretty much works like clockwork for Callum Gibbons to give him 2 wins out of 3 attempts in a World Series race. Callum Gibbons exits the final corner. He's going to entrench his name as the greats amongst the Robosa. Callum Gibbons and Roboco are going to be winners here in the Split C race of the Motegi 5 hours, the Epilogue 5 hours of Motegi. Samyaki Sokos by no cigar for him. He gets 2nd place. Goodwin 3rd. It's for a mix for at least 8 acres 2-3. 13th and General 14th. Wizard retires from this race after late race mistake. For me, he's going to be set to finish 5th. Relay 6th, Sims 7th, Zetaro 8th, Rio 9th, or 10th. Adjustments here. Asano will make the Suyo after all. Should be waiting for the last drivers to cross the line. So we are looking at the last driver that will be crossing the line, Riba and Toka. So we are going to come to the race results after soon enough. So we're just going to point out a few things that is going to be of note. So I'm just going to confirm after we will be adjusting the standings. Just wanted to check back if everything is going to be okay, and yeah. Actually, no, it's not Hopeful Me that will be, actually, it's a massive tiebreaker because between Javier Lusby, Hopeful Me, and Riliu, they are going to be in a tiebreaker position, but I think it will be Javier Lusby who will have the tiebreaker spot. Okay, But anyway, we are just going to sort the results and all that. I'm just going to put some information in the world qualifiers. Let's see, and a second. Hang on, please give us time, as we are just going to sort out the standings. So, hang on. Alright, so we are just going to do some adjustments once again. So anyways, Callan Gibbons, congratulations for his win for Roboco in the Epilogue 5 hours of Motegi Split C race. Sami Aki second place for Shaka Fuki, another second place finish for him. Jacob went third, and then Takeda Adachi fourth, Hofumi fifth. Hofumi in fifth. Hofumi in fifth, Ryu in sixth for Riona, and then seventh place Angela Sims, and then Oda Wazataro eighth, and then Hoshino Rio ninth, and then we got Osara Sparta Supreme all go down in 10th place, and then 11th place it will be Kamine Ripa for Botan with 12th place, Yukihara Toka for Lami. Rachel 60 takes 13th place for Choco, 14th place Alson Taro, and then Ali J takes 15th place for Kikira Vivi. And then other points will be Javier Lusby, Rudy, Isakai Chimikolev, Austin Wizard, Dak Patterson, So Byung, Dan Evans, and Vladislav Damashnev. Alright, so I'm going to do one last adjustment in the championship standings, as we are just going to alright. Ooh, this is gonna be interesting to look at, as we are going to also finalize the JP qualifier split B standings. Let me see. And then we also need to put in the results from the Flow Glow drivers, and then we will be putting in the international lineup. And the last one to point out will be split C, so we are just going to give me a second. So Angela Sims, Zetaro, and Takeda Adachi. Alright, so we are going to be paying attention to the final stages of the final classifications for World's Qualifier Split C. And after that, we will be looking at how it looks. And fortunately, we have had the race results finally pop up for no problem. So, all right, so let's take a look into the standings for one last time for the qualifiers. And this is what it looks like. Callan Gibbons, Sami Ake, Bono Zataro, Angela Sims, Alison Tara will make the World Suyo Series. And then we got Alton Tanara, Hofumi, Vasa Damasha, Takeda Adachi, Hojisono Ryo, Yukihara Toka, Jay Goodwin, and Kiki Rarvi with Ali J will also make the CEO series as the only Holotype device class device member to make the entry into the JP Suyo, to the World Suyo 2. And looking into the tiebreakers part for the two, Hyuta Asano will also punch his way into the Suyo after really interesting mutation, all things considered. So he will be the last driver to make the Suyo. And meanwhile, we're looking at the rest of the field. Isekaji Mikolev, Ryu, Harvey Lewsby, Dak Patterson, Rim, Olgo, Raji Kaczynski, Rudy, Dan Evans, Cameron Rebel, So Byung-eun, and Ozne Wizard will not make the CEO and will instead fill in the gaps for the JP Zako instead. Alright, so what's next in the agenda? So we are just going to look into JP Qualifier Split A. And based on this one, we are going to confirm at least the JP Split A champion will be Alton Tanarao. Joining him in the Suyo will be Lexi Bowen, Callum Gibbons, Hojisono Ryo, Daniel Barger, Rim Olgo, Russell Karashu, Mama Cashew, Aaron Nakamura, Momashaki Vreza, and Raijin Kaczynski. They will be the ones that will make the Suyo series for the JP Suyo. And as for the Zako drivers, Hanami Kiriko is the first driver out of it, unfortunately, as we are also going to fill that as well. Some joining them will be Sami Ake, Kaminai Ripa, Isakaji Mikolev, Yukihara Toka, Austin Wizard, Joshua Sahi, Ray Marzales, Jeff Rohan, and Chaka Labradores. As for Split B, the CEO drivers will be Lorenzo Ricci, Vasa Damashev, Hofumi at Sky Maverick Ducian, Tyler Williams, Jake Martinez, Danilo Goyena, Ali J, Jace Kinsai, and Ryu. They will also be joining the Split A driver that will be racing in the CEO. And as for the Zako drivers, Crystal Salman, Jake Goodwin, Dak Patterson, So Byung-eun, Rudy Seirit, Masarito, Shango, and Joey. So only 19 drivers will be racing in the JP Zako, with 22 in the JP Suyo. For the World Zako, we're only going to be expecting 32 cars, with 34 cars expecting to race in the JP Suyo, or the World Suyo. And if you want to know what the average, if you want to see how it looks like for the international standings, Haziq Yazid continues to lead the standings by 466 points, 72 points ahead of Dan Evans this time. Mohsen Reza does try his best to get closer into the top, but his second place finish should be good enough for him to remain in the hunt. At least coming into the next round in the first in the Holotype International. It may not be Monza, but we'll update you all later on that. But with that being said, thank you all for tuning into the stream. I'd like to thank you all for your participation for the stream and your viewership in the stream as well. I'm very much glad that you're all there to follow us when all this is said and done. With that being said, I'm Mohamed in the commentary booth, and you've been watching the Holotype weekend, the Epilogue 5 hours at Motegi. We'll see you in the next race, as we're going to take a slight break for next week. That being said, take care everyone, and we'll see you in the next race.